Whether he is working magic in his kitchen or working magic on TV in front of 22 million people, local boy Murray Sawchuck performs spectacular feats of illusion that confound, confuse, and entertain. Murray, the marvelous spike-haired wizard, not only dazzled the judges on America's Got Talent, he manages to dazzle us every time he shows up in Studio 4. It is my pleasure to welcome Murray Sawchuck back to the broadcast to show and tell us more.
Thank you for having me here.
Nice to see you again. It's rare I have a spike-haired wizard on.
I know, but it's easy in the morning. Wake up, it's done. It's easier that way.
Really? Yeah. No rollers, nothing?
Nothing, just,
It's always like that.
Exactly. And it's scary, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Did you ever think of going red?
I thought about it, but I left that to Lucille Ball, so I figured I'll do the, the blonde. She can have the red.
I bet you watched her.
I did. You realize probably her hair was never red, right? She colored it all the time just for that whole look thing.
I bet Desi's was never black.
I bet you not, yeah. Exactly, you're right, you're right.
But I know that some of the ones who have passed on, the Dean Martins and the Johnny Carsons, were people you admired in showbiz.
Oh, I love them. Because it was the original entertainers, and they were triple threats. They had to do everything, sing, dance, be funny, act. And I love Dean Martin because the fact, to be a good-looking person, female or male, and to be funny is very hard, because it's just not a natural thing to be. So Dean Martin had that natural knack, like he was the neighbor next door. Yes, he's this extremely famous person, to be really funny,
Well, in the Dean Martin show, I mean, really, he only acted drunk. We know that.
Yeah, of course.
Had to be true, didn't it?
Oh,
because you could not be professional, do what you do.
Yes.
I mean, have you ever done a trick drunk?
Never. And you couldn't, because it's coordination. Although, in my show, it's a haphazard show, and then you end up with a result. But to make it haphazard, you have to know how to do it right to begin with. Because if you don't know how to do it right, then it's never going to turn out.
You have to have all the props. Did you bring some props today?
I did. I brought some stuff. I actually brought a glass of water.
Great.
Because,
that's exciting.
I know, well, just for you. I mean, only the best. Well, it's Canada. It's, nature. I'm from Vegas, so I'm back to the roots again. You know what I'm saying? So I got to try something, because I know I got a $5 bill. And I got something I want to show you. Can I show you something?
Yes.
This is something new.
Do I have to move back or anything?
No, it's not. I'm not going to produce a train or a Ferrari, just for you.
But you can do that. I know you can produce a train and a Ferrari.
You've seen that, exactly. But I know a big thing. I'm going to take this, watch really carefully. $5 bill, I'm going to roll this in a really small cinder, like this. If you watch very carefully, because I know Vancouver's huge on sushi. Do you like sushi?
Love sushi.
Okay, well, just for you, a little sushi.
No.
For both of us, see? Just like that, see? Just for you. So one for you, one for me.
Stop.
Isn't that great?
Is there a snail in there?
See, and there's a tip for the waiter, see? What do you think?
Where were those?
Isn't that great?
Those little goldies.
What do you think?
That's amazing.
It's a new trick.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah, and I thought I'd debut it here for you.
Well, as you know, it's really easy to kill a goldfish.
Tell me about
Every kid will tell you. I killed 1 million, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure. They last, days, weeks. It's like a hamster. You have it for like a year, next day you wake up and it's gone. So.
I know, and the burial's really awful.
Yes.
Down the toilet, your mother says.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the case.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Not a proper little coffin or anything like that. So, are you giving us the goldfish?
Yes, I'm going to donate them to your studio. This is your mascots for as long as you can keep them alive. So next time I come back, no goldfish.
Let's hope. We may have to get a battery.
All right, perfect.
Or
a little fake fish. Nice. Good. All right.
But they're lucky.
They're very good. I hear they're very lucky.
Where were they?
You like that?
You've been here a while.
Oh, sure, yeah. They were actually very small. By the time I got here, they grew. I've been here. I've been waiting to go on. So it's
Exactly. Have you ever done the dead goldfish trick, like accidentally?
I haven't, but I've heard stories of magicians use birds and goldfish and stuff. And I have heard a few magicians. Obviously they're on them somewhere. And when they're waiting to go on stage, it's hot, no air conditioning. I've heard they've produced a few doves that they've actually had to produce, and they realize they're not alive, so they put their fingers underneath their wings and do this little thing.
Flap, flap,
and they go,
flap.
Let's get it off stage and put that one away. And it's true, it happens. Unfortunately, it happens.
Sure. Did you invent this trick, or
I did not invent this. This is a new trick.
Did you copy someone?
No, I bought the rights to it, and it's a friend of mine in Vegas. Yeah, a friend of mine in Vegas that came up with it. And it's an older style trick. It's been around for years, but the presentation's changed a lot. And I've always thought, I love sushi. And in Vegas, after our shows, I always go for sushi. So I thought, it'd be an interesting trick. And it's a live animal, it's something different.
Right. Well, and they plugged their gills when they heard you love sushi.
I know. See, their eyes just got bigger. Maybe it was the glass. But
fish don't hear through their gills, do they? They breathe through their gills. I think they have holes on the side.
Is that what it is?
I think that's how they hear.
All right.
I'm not sure they
hear. You can be the
hear.
marine biologist.
Well, people drink their contact lenses.
Nice. Oh,
We won't be drinking the goldfish.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, they're really beautiful.
Good.
Thank you for that.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Thanks.
Amazing. So, Las Vegas, U.S. citizen now, dual citizen. How does
Dual
that
citizen.
work?
I'm an American-Canadian now. So I never
so am
got rid
I.
of my Canadian. Oh, you too? Okay.
Sure.
Well, there we go.
Well,
But
I was born there.
That's right. And then you came and hung out over here. Look how successful you've been. See? I
Yeah,
know.
tell people that, will you?
Oh, I will.
I'm not on America's Got Talent. I've never even been asked. Tell me about that
Really?
trip. I know you did
Yeah.
visit it a little bit last time, but
yeah. Well, yeah.
22 million people watching you do what?
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, and it's live, just like this. So as you know, when you do a trick like this, and I said to somebody, I said, as a magician, you always feel, I always have to do a trick when I go on TV, because that's what you do. And it's amazing. Usually I just don't sit there and get interviewed like a, a writer of a book or somebody who's written something, because you can just sit there and have a nice chat. I always have to come and I've got stuff stuck on me and props, and if I trip, it's like a garage sale. I got everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where with America's Got Talent, because it's 22 million people, for instance, at this trick or any trick, if it goes wrong, well, everyone who's watching sees it, and it's on tape, or now hard drive, whatever it is now, for life, and on YouTube for the rest of your life.
And the judges, the wrath of Piers Morgan.
Yes.
I know.
Or
Howie Mandel.
Oh, yeah. And what they say, and it's out there forever, because people save that and they put it on YouTube and re-YouTube it and everything. So
How many people auditioned for America's
70,000
Got Talent?
auditioned. 70,000 auditioned the year I was on.
How long ago was that?
That was a year ago.
A year ago.
Last year.
Anything surprise you? Back
in the day,
of the curtain?
No, nothing really surprised me, and you got to remember, when the people are auditioning, everyone wants to get on the show. And as the show gets more popular, well, there's more people. So you kind of wish you were on the first season, because there's probably only 1,000 people, because it's a new show.
Right.
But now that it's so popular and people see the successes of people, like Terry Fader, who's a ventriloquist, or Jackie, the little girl that sings, or even myself, with
sings.
all that stuff. And she's great.
Was she on with you?
Yes, she's on the year with me. We'd be sitting backstage. We were on the episode when I vanished the train together, and I vanished the train. And the lineup was me, and then it was Jackie, and then it was I believe it was this black art act where they had glow in the dark stuff, and very strong acts. And I was so happy to see that Jackie was after me, not before me on the show, because I thought, how do you follow that? You never followed animals or children. That's a rule, right?
That is a good rule. Jackie Evancho, she sings like an opera star.
Phenomenal.
And her career's gone kaboom.
Well, did you see what in England? David Foster's behind her now, and it seems like anything that guy touches turns to gold. He's so talented, and he went. She's open in England with the premiere of her album, and I guess she just surpassed Charlotte Church, who was a very young singer back in the day. She was 12 when she released her album, and Jackie's now 11 and released hers, and I guess she surpassed the youngest opera singer ever.
If all this was around when you were 3.
Oh, tell me about it. Look out.
Right, because you were swimming and golfing at 3. You could have been Tiger, but also you played the accordion. You were musical, you danced.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. Well, my parents were the type that if I showed an interest, as long as it was educational, they'd put me in it. Like, they didn't spoil me in the sense of, here's a car when you turn 16. I had to work hard for my car, and I paid for my own car and all that stuff, but if it was educational, they would be the first to put me in line. If you want to learn to dance or do music, and I think it's important, any child.
Why did you pick magic over dance, over music, over being in a rock band, playing the sax?
That's a good question. I played the sax, I did all that, but I think what happened is I did the dancing and the music so early on, and then I got the magic kit, when I was close to 7, 8, 9 years old. And I think because I'd already been on stage for so long doing other stuff, it was interesting to fool people. So I already knew how to speak to people, talk to people. So it was just something new, and I think it stuck because I realized I could do a full show on my own. Whereas playing your saxophone on your own for a 1-hour show, well, unless you're Kenny G and someone really famous, Dave Koz or any of those guys. Yeah. So, and I could make money in between. Like, I could do kids' birthday parties for half an hour for $50, and I could make instant money and work.
So entrepreneurial. Were your parents entrepreneurial?
They were, in the sense that I know my dad back in the day had always, did his own things. He never went on his own. He worked for the railway for all his life, but he'd always fix things. He never hired a plumber. He never hired anybody. He just fixed his own things. So he could, easily gone off and been a handyman, but he never did.
Sure.
He was busy working.
Well, and Mr. Fix-It apparently has been married to Mrs. Not Fix-It, or call him when you need something fixed. For 50 years, you're here for the
their anniversary.
Wedding anniversary.
Yeah, Friday, 50 years married. Mom and Dad, yeah, June 24th.
That's a long time.
So I'm lucky to date a girl for 50 days.
Yeah, well, don't say that out loud, because you have a girl with you
I do.
in the green room, and
Yes.
she's a dancer from
I know.
Australia.
We're on day 49, so things are looking pretty good.
Day 49.
Tomorrow, you never know.
This is looking up, and she's okay because you don't break up before the wedding anniversary
Never.
of the parents.
Exactly. So we're good. We're good.
Maybe
We're
on
good.
the train on the way out of
Exactly,
town.
but we're good at least till Sunday. So,
Of course you are. Of course you
she's
are.
wonderful.
Murray Sawchuck, our guest, he is a magician, as you know. He's an illusionist. What's the proper term for you?
Confused. That's the proper term,
Confused.
Fanny. No, a magician is someone that does tricks a lot of the time. An illusionist that does bigger stuff. So here's the deal: if you're trying to book me, and I want to make more money, usually I call myself an illusionist. This sounds
Okay.
more grand. It's
Like
more, you know.
Harry Houdini.
Exactly.
The
you
late
know.
Hungarian.
Exactly.
The very late Hungarian.
Yeah,
He's
very
long
late. Very
gone.
late. He's been late for a while.
He has been late for a while. When we come back, we'll see you trying to decide whether or not one of Houdini's vests is really a Houdini vest, because
correct.
you have another show you're doing.
That's right.
Where you drop into called Pawn Stars.
Correct, on the History Channel, yeah.
Pawn Stars, great.
Yeah.
Murray Sawchuck.